Good morning, everyone. I welcome you all to this online session. I am Aditi Mukherjee, scientist from the Extension Division of SACON. On the occasion of the birth anniversary of the most celebrated ornithologist of our country, Dr. Salim Ali, the Birdman of India, SACON would like to launch a 7-week skill development program, The Ambassadors of Nature, for children across the country. We received around 52 entries, of which 16 participants between the age of 11 to 16 years were shortlisted as the first batch of this program. This program is planned to motivate all of you to turn towards nature, observe and scientifically investigate your natural surroundings, including the wild flora and fauna around you. The details of the programs will soon be shared by one of the coordinators and our senior faculty member, Dr. P. Pramod. The recorded version of this video will be later available on SACON's YouTube channel, so you can always refer to that. To flag off this program, we have here with us SACON's director, Dr. K. Shankar. Let me introduce Dr. Shankar to all our participants. Dr. Shankar joined SACON in 2016 as a director, and before this, he worked with Bombay Natural History Society as a field biologist and then as a faculty with the Wildlife Institute of India since 1986. Dr. Shankar has over 30 years of experience in teaching and conducting research in mammalogy, ornithology, population ecology, and animal census techniques. And he has worked on several large and small ungulates, Asiatic elephants, endangered primates, sloth bears, and large and small carnivores, including tigers and leopards. With this small bit of introduction, I would like to request Dr. Shankar to formally inaugurate the Ambassadors of Nature program and welcome all our wonderful participants from all across the country. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Aditi. Hope I am audible to all of you, children.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
Okay, good. Yeah, okay. I, on behalf of Salim Ali Center for Ornithology and Natural History, which is called SAGON, and also on my own behalf, I extend a very warm welcome to all of you to join this inaugural session of the great program which is being organized by SACON. And today is the inaugural formal launching and of the program. And I am told that 16 of you have been shortlisted to undergo this 7 weeks program, I believe. And every week, I mean, you are being taught about various aspects of natural history. Natural history, all of you know that, I mean, it's on plants, it's on animals, it's on insects, it's on birds, it's about nature, everything, right? And so it's not possible for us to impart training on everything, but you will be taught about the basics. And I mean, you have been selected based on a national competition, and I must congratulate all of you for having got through in the top 16 of the program, and in which you will be molded into what do you call the uh, I mean, I would call that, I mean, you will eventually become a budding biologist, okay, a budding naturalist. So that is what you all will become eventually because of the interest you have already, and you also know something. And but what we will do is we will teach you the basic aspects of natural history, and right from plants. My colleague Dr. Pramod will be start his first lecture on introduction to the plants, why plants are important, and how will you start recognizing plants, identification of plants, because plants are very important community. Okay, and not only it gives you oxygen, you know that, but I mean, without plants, animals also cannot live. You know that, and you all will start developing, the basic keys for identification of plants, which is very important. Okay, whenever you go to nature, first you will see only vegetation. Vegetation will be trees, shrubs, or grasses, ground layer, anything it may be, and important ones which are important for nature, which are important for animals, which are important for human beings, that you will be able to identify slowly. Okay, once when you pick up the basics of how will you go about in identification of plants, I mean, that will be taught to you, then it will be much easier. You will develop special interest in writing down notes about important plants. For example, the lemon plant, Limonia, lemon. Okay, the actual lemon which we have, which we find in the market, the ancestor of that had come from the forest only. It's called wild lemon. And if you crush the wild lemon leaves and if you smell it, you will not forget. Next time, you will definitely identify the species. Similar thing, very simple, Dr. Pramod is going to teach today. So same way, about other aspects also, about other taxa, there will be series of lectures. And say about Dr. Salim Ali, I have a very vague memory of having met him. Way back in 1980, 85, when I was in Bharatpur. There is a very famous national park in Rajasthan, which is a national park, which is a World Heritage Site. And I was working with the Bombay Natural History Society, wherein Dr. Salim Ali was also there. Okay, and he was coordinating a very big research program, and everybody would know that Salim Ali was an expert of birds. But many of you may not know that Dr. Salim Ali was undertaking a research on elephants in southern Indian landscape. Okay, and so he had, his vision in all other taxa as well, And but Salim Ali, he had a special love for children, and so when I met him first, he was talking about, a program in the evening which has been arranged for him. Which was arranged for him, meeting children. He was so excited, So he met the children in the evening, and he talks in a very feeble words, and now, what do you call feeble? I mean, he doesn't talk so loudly and all. He is very feeble in talking, but he will convey the message across. And he used to love children. Okay, and but it was Salim Ali, Dr. Salim Ali, who was instrumental in establishing SACON, Salim Ali Center for Ornithology and Natural History, based in Coimbatore. Many of you may not know that. And we named this institute after him. But he was instrumental in the sense that, he wanted to establish a national institute in the field of ornithology. Okay. And he went to the government of India, and then he requested the former Prime Minister, and then the former Prime Minister, Madam Indira Gandhi, gracefully accepted, because she herself was a great bird watcher, and she used to go for bird watching with Dr. Salim Ali in different parts of the country. Okay, and so she had agreed, and everything was happening. But unfortunately, Dr. Salim Ali passed away in 1887. But he knew that this institute is coming up, and after that, it was established in 1990. And but I'm sure that his soul will be seeing us from somewhere, and then these budding biologists, 16 of you, who are going to get trained. And I must tell you, I mean, you'll be spending, you'll keep this interest with you for sure, because with your interest only you have come to this, right? Keep this as a hobby, and you finish your studies. Okay, and this field of, natural history, wildlife, bird watching, photography, it can be kept as a hobby, or you can take it as a profession later. Okay, after you pass your graduation, there are courses in master's level. In Salim Ali Center also, we offer a master's course in ornithology and conservation biology. Okay, and we started last year, and 9 students, they passed out with flying colors, and some of them are going to go abroad for further studies, right? So there is a lot of time for you. Okay, keep this interest alive, and so then. But you, in addition to this extracurricular activity which you are going to show, and or imbibe training, based on this part of training program, you should not, spend much of a time in this. Whenever you have extra time, weekends, holidays, right? Early mornings, if you want to go for a walk, you go for a walk, identify birds, take a field notebook, take a small binocular, then start listening to birds, identify them, go to a nearby wetland area, start identifying species, like that. You just keep this hobby alive. That's all. And spend most of your time on your regular studies. Okay. But eventually, after about 15 years or so, I would like to see all of you as a wonderful naturalist. Okay. And if I'm alive, I would like to come with you to feel, whenever you become naturalist, a full-fledged naturalist. I don't know who will be doing what. I don't know what is Ritvik is going to do, what is Tarun is going to do, right? We don't know. Okay. And I believe that, they're all destiny. You are destined to do something on earth, which is not known to you. Okay, but you are destined to do this course. No, you got selected through a national level competition, right? And you all should be very proud of it, and your parents should be very proud of it, right? And so, without wasting much of your time, because the program is scheduled in such a way that on a holiday Sunday you all had come for this program and you logged in, and you're all connected very well. And so I wish you all the very best. And in the meantime, whenever possible, I will also join you. And I love teaching. I love teaching, and I love teaching children. And I mean, so nothing like that. Okay. So whatever knowledge I have, it's my duty to. Duty to teach such things in a very simple way, which people can understand. Understanding level may vary from individual to individual. Okay, but it will be the responsibility of the teachers like Dr. Aditi, like Dr. Pramod, to take you on board, to take all the 16 people on board, right? And then finally you all definitely come out with flying colors. I'm very sure about it. And again, I thank my sincere wishes to all of you to do very good in this program. And I thank my colleagues, your mentors now, Dr. Pramod and Dr. Aditi, for arranging this program. And I will leave it with them to conduct the session further. And I'll be watching. Okay. Thank you very much. If you want to ask anything at this point of time, you can ask, but it is informal. Okay, but we may not be able to entertain many questions, but we'll interact with you much later. But I'll leave it with Dr. Aditi to take over the program. Over to Dr. Aditi. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for formally beginning the session and share your wonderful experiences. Uh, so now I would like to request all the participants to introduce themselves one by one. As I call out your names, participants are requested to mention their names, place they belong to, name of their school and the class they are presently in, and anything about themselves that interests them to join the course. So I'll call out the names one by one. To begin with, I request Vivan Singh to please introduce yourself.
Good morning, everyone. I am Vivan Singh from New Delhi, Jasola, and I study in DPS Mathura Road in class 6.
You were in which class?
Class 6.
Okay.
Yeah. I like bird watching.
Okay, so welcome, Vivan. We'll look forward to interact with you more. Next is Saida Asba Fatima. Saida, please unmute your mic and please introduce yourself. Saida, please turn on your video also.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, my name is Sayyid Asba Fatima. I study in class 7, Kendriya Vidyalaya, Rajnandgaon, Chhattisgarh. And I love birds. And I love birds watching. Ma'am, I love plants and I love birds so much. And I love nature.
Great to have you, Saida. Looking forward to interact with you more. So next is Ritvik Bala Praveen Shankar. Please introduce yourself, Ritvik.
I'm Ritvik Bala, studying class 6 Vidyaniketan Public School in Coimbatore. I'm interested in astrophysics, bird watching, and I'm a nature lover. That's all about.
Great to have you, Ritvik. So next is Devadrita Roy.
Ma'am, myself, the ambassador of nature, Devadrita Roy, from Chakda Nodia, West Bengal. I am in class 6 of Broad Action High School. I like birds, flowers, and friends. Thank you.
Thank you, Devadrita. So next is Adrija Bhattacharji. Adrija, please introduce yourself.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Adrija Bhattacharji and I live in Chakda, West Bengal. And I am an 8th grader studying in Satish Chandra Memorial School. I actually love photography and especially I like capturing birds in camera, and also my mother loves gardening, so I actually have a knack on studying plants as well. And I'm also a camper, so yeah, I'm emotionally quite a bit connected to nature and mountains.
Great to have you, Adrija. It's wonderful that you have photography as your passion, and we'll definitely looking forward to more of your photographs then.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So next is Navya Ahuja. Navya, please introduce yourself.
Good morning to all. I am Navya Ahuja of class 9th. I study in Loreto Convent School in Delhi Cantonment, and I'm from New Delhi. It's like I have a special connect with nature. It's actually where do we belong, and we should never forget our roots, as it is well said. And when being in nature, I have a great feeling when in nature, and birds, plants, everything around me just like tells me a story, and I learn something from it. Thank you.
Great to have you, Navya. I'm sure Delhi is in really a lot of trouble and they need more ambassadors like you. And so, yeah, welcome. So next is Vaishnavi Shri, Katie. Please introduce yourself, Vaishnavi.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Vaishnavi Shri from Coimbatore, and I'm in class 11. I'm studying in the PSBB Millennium School. So I love birds, I love nature, I love butterflies, moths, plants, and everything. So I've been birding from my class 4th standard. So for the past 7 to 8 years, I've been connected with nature a lot. I hope to learn more, and I hope I'll get good exposure and experience from this program. So that's all about. Thank you.
Thank you, Vaishnavi. We look forward to learn from you as well. Next is Pranavi Saravanan. Pranavi, please introduce yourself.
Good morning. My name is Pranavi. I am from grade 8. I am studying in Maharishi Vidya Mandir Senior Secondary School in Coimbatore. I love bird watching. I do apiculture. I learned it from my father, and I love nature.
Thanks, Pranavi. We'll definitely look forward to know more about apiculture from your sessions later on. So thanks again. Welcome. Next is Tarun Siddharth. Tarun, please introduce yourself.
Good morning, I'm Tarun Siddharth from Pollachi, Coimbatore. I'm pursuing my studies in Disha Life School, Pollachi. I developed my liking for birds when I was at the age of 7. My favorite bird is the white-throated kingfisher. I sighted it in my school during my lunchtime. I look forward and learning more in this session. I joined this session because my house is surrounded by plants more than humans, so I have developed my connection with nature.
Thank you, Tarun. Thanks and welcome. Wonderful to have you. Next is Krishna Kishore. Krishna, please introduce yourself.
Good morning. My name is Krishna Kishore. I am from Hyderabad, Telangana. I believe that entire universe is me and I am entire universe because we are made up of the same atoms and particles. That is the reason I love everything and everyone. Thank you.
Thanks, Krishna. Wonderful to have you. Next is Pranavi Kulotungan. Pranavi, there are two Pranavis and two Taruns in our group in our batch this time. So Pranavi Kulotungan, it's over to you. Please introduce yourself.
Good morning to all. Thanks for giving me this wonderful opportunity. Myself, Pranavi Kulatungan. I'm studying 5th standard in Velamal Vidyashram. I'm residing near Anna Zoological Park, Chennai. My hobbies are drawing, storytelling, listening stories, and watching nature. During this lockdown, I spend more time with my hobbies, and I also use my digital platform for reading and listening stories, and I also used to tell stories to my friends. Since I'm near the seashore, I often go to Kovalam Beach early morning to see the sunrise from my home. From my home, I see the sunset behind the mountains, which is also very beautiful to watch. and I have a lake nearby. In that the birds will come and for breeding, and it will stay up to 3 months.
Thanks for Pranavi. Thanks for a wonderful. Oh, you're showing us your surroundings. It's really beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the lake where birds will come, ma'am.
Sure. So you have to now go there and probably do some of the assignments that we'll give you, and you'll get to know more stories from nature, as you love knowing stories and storytelling. So looking forward to you. And now I request Tarun Moizuddin. Tarun, please introduce yourself.
Good morning. My name is Tarun Moizuddin. I stay in Mumbai, Maharashtra. I go to Don Bosco International School.
Looking forward to
I've had a
know
love
about your place, and you should go there for doing your assignment. Very beautiful.
Yeah, Tarun, please continue. I think there was some disturbance. Tarun, you can
should I
continue.
start
Yeah, sure. Please start again.
My name. I stay in Mumbai, Maharashtra. I go to Don Bosco International School, and I've had a great love for nature since I was quite young. Thanks.
Thanks, Tarun. Just a brief thing about Tarun. I think Tarun's mother has written books on Keoladeo National Park, and came to know recently Miss Priya Fonseca, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, so Tarun, great to have you here. So next is Ishani Vivek. Ishani, please introduce yourself.
Yeah, hi everyone. Am I audible, ma'am?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I study in 8th standard in Kendra Vidyalaya, Coimbatore. I'm talking from Coimbatore. I love bird watching. Also, I am interested in reptiles, mainly in snakes. I used to read more books based on nature. I'm very excited in this program to start, and also I hope I learn a lot from this program. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Thank you, ma'am.
Thanks, Ishani. Thanks to know that you're interested in reptiles. Not very few people are. So great to have you. A lot of diverse people in this group. So next is Pragadishwaran. Pragadishwaran, please introduce yourself.
Hi everyone, I am Pragadishwaran studying 10th standard in Keethiman Matriculation Higher Secondary School, Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu. I love Salim Ali so much. My role model is Salim Ali. That's all. Thanks for all.
Thanks, Pragadishwaran. Thanks. It's wonderful to have you. So next is Arnav Deshmukh. Arnav, please introduce yourself.
Yes. Yes, good morning, ma'am. My name is Arnav Deshmukh and I study in Ashoka Universal School, Nashik, Maharashtra. I can't say anything, but I love nature. Thank you.
Thanks, Arnav. I think you said it all. We all love nature. So yeah, thank you again. Next is Parthiban Gunashekaran. Parthiban, please introduce yourself.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Parthiban. I'm studying in Keethiman Matriculation Higher Secondary School, 10th standard. I love watching birds and butterflies. I am a reptile lover, and I read Salim Ali's Fall of Sparrow book. I just loved it. And thank you, ma'am.
Thanks, Parthiban. Great to know you have read Fall of Sparrow. It's a wonderful book. Thanks everyone again. I would now request Dr. Pramod, Principal Scientist in the Nature Education Division of SECON, to kindly introduce the program and begin today's session. Over to you, Dr. Pramod.
Yes, thank you, Aditi. Today, an auspicious day, after the next day after Diwali. You're all started a new travel, new learning process. It is actually a blessing of one of the great scientists in the country, Dr. K. Shankar, director of Salim Ali. He has blessed you to start today your learning process. You are all actually gifted children. You are getting chances to getting introduced to the nature and learning about nature at this age. Sometimes some people like us and all can feel even envy about you. Many things you are all actually getting into. We are just a new process. We thought, how do we during the time of this corona? How do we take this nature to the children? Otherwise, in our Salimali center, our center is very close to the forest area. And every year, thousands of children used to come to our campus to see nature, to see a bird, to see a butterfly, plants, and everything. Many of the children has come here and they have gone and did lot of things in their school as well as their neighborhood and all. But now we are not getting children. So now we have decided to conduct this program. We had decided to call this program as Ambassadors of Nature because we want you to become this. Only now we have only 16 students. Each one of you become a hub, an ambassador to take the cause of nature to maximum number of people, including your own family members, friends, and many people, even your classmates and everybody. That is the reason why we have decided to call this program as Ambassadors of Nature. Actually, through this program, what we intend is that there are a lot of nature in our surrounding. No, it need not be in the forest area. Even in an urban city, if you just walk out of your home, if there is a small garden is there, or if there is even a single tree is there will be a lot of nature. In that nature, you should be able to see. Many people think we can see nature only in the forest area, riverside, or seaside and all. Many people don't understand the nature is there just around your home itself. A small story, because some years back from Coimbatore, one school has come to Sakon. A school is actually placed in the center of the city. I was talking, we were talking to the children, they were seeing a lot of birds. Then some boys asked me, sir, in our school, and then I told them, you should go and do this in your school campus also. Then they said, in my school, it is only nothing is there, only buildings and 2 neem trees, not even crows come over there. And I said, if you have 2 neem trees, just look at the neem trees very carefully. You will see lot of things, lot of nature in that. They took our advice very seriously. They went and started looking at that 2 neem trees very seriously. Within 6 months, don't believe that children has identified 40 different species visited that 2 neem trees. So this is the kind of nature which you are. So when you have ample things around you, there are trees, gardens, smaller plants, birds which are flying around. Unfortunately, we are not able to, we are not trained ourselves to look at that wonderful thing. Some of you are doing, we know, but this we wanted to, and then when you are observing it, just by seeing, we can do systematically, look at them and learn from them. This Ambassadors of Nature program is a program which are somehow motivating you to learn from the nature. Or it's a program to learn how to learn from nature. That is the program. So in this, nature means many things to many people. Some people look at the moment you speak about nature, some people think about the trees, plants, forest. Some people think about mountains. Some people speak about some rivers. The picture which comes to each our mind will be different. But all these is part of nature. How do we get into it? How do we appreciate it? How do we learn from it? You know how to learn from the textbooks, you know how to learn from the computers, you know how to learn from so many class teachers, everything. But nature also, every bird, every butterfly, every plant, everything in the surrounding you, in one way or other, teaching us something. How do we learn? How do we listen? What they are talking? This is the process. This is a process what we call observation. Science observation is the key factor of all science. Our director Shankar sir has told you, we expect some of you at least become a naturalist, maybe some scientist tomorrow. But the science, fundamentals of the science is observation. How Newton became Newton or Einstein became Einstein, their intense ability to observe the nature and see how this wonderful thing is working. And when you see something, when you ask question, why this is, how this is, then the actual science will start inside us. This is the process. Actually, of course, we will be learning what plant is, what birds and all, but beyond that, appreciating, understanding, intensely seeing it, and trying to understand by asking questions to us. This is the process of learning. You are going to be here with us only next few weeks as a program in this. We are not actually, we don't want to stop with this program. Those who are doing well in this next 7 weeks, we will encourage you to continue your passion further. Even another 6 months or 1 year, you can always keep in touch with us, with your finding, your understanding, what you observe. These are all possible in this. But here, as a training program, next week, 7 weeks, we are trying to give you some sort of every week one assignment. That assignment will be little we are putting it as some sort of very tight also in some weeks. Some will be relaxed, but you will have something to go see something around. It is not listening lectures in the computer, which already every day you are doing from the classroom. We are in the just 1 hour, 1.5 hour program every week. We will give you a set of activities which you have to do just around your area. Around means around is so many. The whole world is, as Krishna Kishore said, the whole world is around you, and the whole world is inside. But we are since we are talking about your neighborhood, small area, what we are asking you to just restrict yourself. Don't go more a long distance, maybe within 500 meters around your home. Something, if it is not there, also fine, because there will be something. You have to restrict yourself in your surrounding area. Even a tree is there, a plant is there. What is a plant? So now you are about 16 people. Some are sitting in Bengal, some are sitting in Delhi, some are sitting in Tamil Nadu, Andhra, Telangana, various places. Now each person make a presentation about what they have seen, what they have learned in their surrounding. Everybody able to learn from each other, more than what each person is doing. When you're all making presentation, everybody will learn what is their surrounding. You will get, it's a national program. Actually, all of you together is learning about natural history of India. What some area, somebody will say, I saw a sparrow. Some area you will say, I have not seen a sparrow. Why? Suddenly the question will come. Some area, some interesting birds they will see. Some area, some interesting flower you will see. And more importantly, some behaviors, some interesting behavior of one flower to one flower and some bird.
Sir?
Yes? Hello?
Sir, yesterday I saw a full family of sunbird.
Okay, that we were all coming to the technical things. We are definitely each thing we are coming. But now what I am telling you is, this is the program. This program, and also why it is called ambassador is, I told you, when you are doing something, your parents are looking at what you are doing, your friends are looking at, they also will be learning. And this whole program of ours, all of you, your activity will be put into the YouTube also. You can ask all of your friends to see it, learn from this program. So you will become the hub, you will become the ambassadors. So the role of ambassadors is to take the cause to more people in different places. So each person will be carrying the love for nature, the process of learning from nature, the ability to observe nature, scientifically record nature. And from what you are scientifically recording, I'm making sense out of it, making new understanding. So when you observe, you will get some information. The information it will go to as a knowledge on you. And the knowledge, eventually you start thinking and discussing, it will become the wisdom. That wisdom is what we require in the nature. So the nature conservation is very important, that all of you know. Now you know all the issue of the climate change, natural, all this issue. Many places, if you just go and talk to your grandparent, they will say there was so much different plants name, they will say different birds names, they will say, because those days they have seen all those things. The present world, many of things are not there. Why it is happening? We are doing a lot of things for our nature. So this, and what is happening in our nature, you will learn, you will see. So this is the program. This is the program which you are going to actively involve. But one small request, this is a corona period, when though we said you are to go out to see, observe, please strictly follow the corona protocols. Please don't always try, when you go out, try to wear the mask. And also you should keep some decent distance from everybody, even with your friends. You make it your habit. You are the ambassadors cannot go just freak outs. They cannot. You have to be very model for others. You should use your mask. You should always, when you, even if you went and touched a plant or anything, come back, you have to use a sanitizer or wash your hands with the soap, and all that you should really follow and be very careful. And first of all, live safely, and also give a culture of you are a disciplined children and you have the curiosity to learn, and that will be, others will see and learn more about it. Here we have different kind of, every week we have a theme. The first week we have on the plants, second week we are on the birds, third week will be on butterflies, and fourth week will be on mammals and small animals like squirrels and many other things. And then we will be one about the special unique ecosystems, like there is another, whichever you will be around your surrounding. The last one will be on all these things. The first 5 things is you are seeing it. Eyes, sight is the one of the primary factors. The last one will be on listening about the nature, about the sounds of nature. And there are so many interesting things in the nature. When we are observed, we are taking the nature. Actually, everybody learn about the nature as from the childhood, from all our this 5 senses, Panchendriya, and that all eyes, ears, taste, touch, all these factors are very important in learning. But how to operate it, how systematically observe it, how we will make a scientific understanding about what you see is the process in this program. So ambassadors are also very simple. The young ambassadors, you will be, I hope we are all going to enjoy with you. And we are all, it is a mutual learning. When you speak something, what is happening in front of your home, sometimes such things we will not be able to know. That also will be, we also will learn from you. So this is a very small program which we will be learning together. Many scientists will come and talk to you. Many other scientists from Salim Ali Center will come and talk to you. You will get a chance, and we will have some informal session every day in the last after to ask any kind of question apart from the correct theme which we are for each week. But definitely there will be a strict assignment, and you have to follow and the assignment. We will not give you first, second, third rank or first, second, third prizes and all, but all of you will be getting a befitting certificate and a prize end of the 7 weeks. But definitely we will grade you into A grade, B grade, C grade, something based on the kind of active involvement which you have. Because hello,
sir, we are not doing for certificates, sir. Out of love we are doing.
Definitely, but however, that is the spirit of it. That should be the spirit of it, everybody. But however, from our Salim Ali Center side, we wanted to say, give a record, but these are our ambassadors, nature's ambassadors, that we will give it. Okay, I am sure, even if some people will have any doubt, end of the 7th week, I am sure everybody will tell like what Krishna Kishore said. Everybody will understand that this will be a process of learning. This is the program. I'm congratulating you for getting selected in this very tough competition. We have so many people applied for it, and you are the winners of this first selection, but you should be the winners of the life, of understanding life as it should be. It's a process. And as our director Shankar sir told you, actually in this process, whatever you become a doctor, you will become a best doctor. But this looking at nature, learning from nature, enjoying the nature, it become your part of your life as a hobby. Regularly, every Sunday will be an enjoyment for you. Every holiday will be an enjoyment for you. Wherever you go, you will learn. So you will become a best personality. Whatever, whether a doctor, engineer, scientist, or anything for that matter, even a businessman will be a good businessman. That is the capacity of the nature. That will happen provided you take this thing seriously. Today is a Sunday. Let this all coming Sunday will be an enjoyment for you. All the best. Now we have to get into the actual technical session. Okay? All of you are ready? All of
Yes,
you
sir,
are
ready.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
Yes, sir.
Aditi, can we
Yes,
start?
sir. Ready.
Aditi?
Yes, sir, absolutely. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes. So I will share now one slide, one PowerPoint presentation.
Yes.
about which I today, unfortunately, actually another scientist was supposed to talk to you on plants, but I am coming in place because in the nature when you get in, there is no plants, birds, everything you are to get in. So this is a world of plants, yeah,
a slideshow.
World of plants. You know, all the animals are dependent on plants because plants are the only group which can make the food, which is essential for our movement, our everything. Plants can, and wherever you see, look at, even in desert you have plants, some areas, even wherever you have plants, and the plants only can trap the power of the sun in the form of a food, which will be translated in the form of energy inside the animal's body, our own body. When you see a bird flying tomorrow, you should understand that bird is using the energy of sun. Actually, the sun's energy getting translated or get trapped in the leaves, and then it is trapped into the food, and the food the birds come and eat, that is changed into energy. If a bird flap their wing, the energy come from the sun. When you understand that all the plants is the only entrance of the energy of the sun to all our living system. So to learn about plants, you all around your surrounding, there are plants. All these, how do we, what are these plants? What is the beauty in the plant? How do we know? Just why don't you sometime get out of your home, look at what is there, and sometime what are these plants? Just look at it. Just have you just see, you start simply look at the leaves, variability, how diverse it is. Some birds, some fly leaf will have a one round, some are in the heart shape, something elongated, something in a sort of a palm like, various shape. And some are very smooth, some are very rough, some are having some hair like particle, and something like, so many. The variability is so high. You know, in India itself, we have more than 18,000 species of flowering plants alone is there. Flowering plants alone, we have more than 18,000 species available in India. That means no two species of plants have two different or same kind of leaves. So that means the nature's designing capacity, why don't you wonder? You feel wonder when you start looking at it. These are all very, just make a small walk around you. Look at the kind of variability in the leaf, variations. And because when you study the botany in the higher classes, you will understand this species has this kind of leaf, pinnate leaf, a lot of technical words will. At this point of time, you don't worry about it. Just look at it, enjoy it, and learn it, and understand it, and appreciate it. And when you see, start looking. And also you see, when you again higher and higher class, when you study, so you will understand there is a reason why many of these species have different types of plants. It is that the reason is more of an evolutionary in nature. Evolutionary means if a plant has a elongated leaf and another has a round thing, something has a tail, there is some reason at the point of time of their evolution. There will be some reason there which has given a special, some what you call evolutionary fitness, some competitive advantage compared to other plants of that region. That's why they have that character is fixed in that plant. So this variability of the plants in our surrounding is something very wonderful thing, which we are to appreciate it, understand it. There is an exercise about this, which is coming to you after this presentation. But this, please, something, each one of you in the coming week should go out and see what are the wonderful color. See, even the color you see, some are very dark green, some are light green, some are slightly reddish in nature, some are slightly yellowish in nature. When you touch, the texture will be different. All that is to be, and even smell. Olfactory taxonomy is that every plant, every cell, every leaf has a different kind of cell. And each one of these, this is something really wonderful thing you should appreciate if you wanted to understand and appreciate and learn about the plant diversity. So similarly, just like the leaves, if you go to one second. if I told you 1,800, more than 18,000 species, 18,000 species of flowering plants are there in India. That means there is no two species of flowering plants have the same kind of flowers. That means even flowers also 18,000. Design is there. What great designer is that nature? Just imagine. These are say some photographs which I of the very common flowers which you can many parts of the country. Many of the flowers which you may be knowing it. I just various variability to show that I put you into some sort of a very common plant. Even starting from some Parthenium, which is a very common, which you can see. This is a Parthenium. Even this, you know, anyone of you know this particular flower? Anybody can tell me? This one? Are you hearing it?
Sir, drumstick, I think.
No.
No, this is Parthenium. You can find it even around your house. They are small herbs.
This is Parthenium. What is this? What is
the roadside?
Neem flower, sir.
Neem? Yes, you are right. This is neem. So neem tree you have seen everywhere, but have you looked at it very carefully? This is something. Similarly, this one, Amalthas. Everybody know Hindi Amalthas, Cassia fistula. Similarly, each of these flowers, just you can have just brief. I gave this slide for you to appreciate I will few more wonderful flowers of the forest I will show you, but this is all our surrounding flowers, which anybody, these are the things which there is an assignment for you, learning some from these flowers as well coming. But I just want this photograph I put you for to appreciate. See even a banana flower, what is the wonderful way it is looking. There's a reason why it has that kind of flap, and some once in a while, one after that it is how it is peeled off. There is some evolutionary survival reason for each of the structure for the flowers. Okay, the next one. Each tree. This are again, I'm just putting some tree which you can likely to see everywhere our surrounding. I'm not telling now the identity is very important. We are coming to identity a little later, but more than the identity, each tree which you can see in our surrounding, everything has a structure. What is called tree architecture. This architecture from a distance itself, without going to the details, people will be able to, who know about the trees will be, oh, that is a neem tree, that is a coconut tree, or that's a tamarind tree. We will be able to say, because it has its own structure. And you know, each of these characters, whether it's a tree structure, leaf smell, everything is encoded in the genes. You think about that. All this is it is inbuilt in the theme. When you think about that, this diversity, whatever we see in the surrounding nature, is all actually expressed inside as the gene diversity, which is there inside the body of all these plants, which is another interesting thing. You should feel wonder, understand, and learn about it. Definitely these trees. Now, if you get into every tree, another interesting thing which I want you to learn is that you just go to a tree, go closer, look at its bark. Each bark, for each species of the trees, bark will be unique. That is why when we in SACON, when we teach children, we will tell them this bark is just like our thumb. For individual human beings, we have a thumb print, thumb print. That thumb print will be unique for each person. Similarly, for each species, this bark structure is unique. So we will call this as, this is sort of what you call autograph of the tree. Autograph means generally what the students do, take a paper and just put the paper on the bark of the tree and put a shade, make a shade out using a lead pencil outside. The impression of the bark will come in that paper. So this impression is unique for that species. For anybody who know about the trees can look at the impression and tell you what species it is, because for each bark is unique. So there is an exercise assignment for the next week coming on behalf of this as well for you. But this is, please, and when you see a bark, different types of bark, because of the opportunity of the location, the crevices and various kinds, each type of bats will have, these barks will have different kinds of insects specialized into it. Not only these birds, even many species of trees will have its own specific insect species. Long time back, some scientists have done a study in Amazon. What they has done, they have taken one in the inside Amazon forest, one species of one tree, some 19 individuals of the tree, they have made a completely covered and knocked out through some poisonous gas, knocked all the insect affecting that tree, only one species, and collected all the insects and tried to see how many species of insects are there affecting in one species of tree. When they looked at it, the scientist's name was T.L. Irwin. When he looked at it, he got shocked. Thousands of species of insects, from which he has collected 1,200 species of beetles themselves. These beetles, then using that data, they have tried to calculate and extrapolate how many species will be there in the world. So each tree is a host for so many insects, so many butterflies, birds, and butterflies is a different case. Each butterfly will have a specific host plant. Many of them very host specific. They are very strongly host specific. Similarly, even the many other species of insects as well. So when each species of plant will have so many other animals living in, so understanding about the plants and trees and our vegetation in the nature is very critical for the coming butterflies, birds, and other things to learn. So this first week is very important for you. First week you have to learn much more very seriously, because, and another good thing is plants will not fly away. You can all the time, it will be there. You can revisit them. You can learn about them much better also. Anytime you can go back to them. And then now coming to, we are just going to, I will just give you an appreciation of the broadly about the plants. The moment you talk about trees, forest, nature, first things about the forest. Evergreen forest. Working some years back. Just from the top, there is when your sun falls, not even as most of the sun will be trapped at there. You know how many different varieties of green shades will be there. And each of this point here, micro pixel here is a leaf. And each leaf, you should, as Krishna Kishore was presenting last Thursday when you were talking, he said he felt very excited to see that we are seeing here, you are sitting, all our picture is made into small pixel and send it to that. And that this wonderful thing, just think about each tree. Each tree will have lots of leaves. Each of the point of this greenness is actually powerhouse or a workhouse, and where is that factory, the energy from the sun is getting trapped and made into the food kind of particle. How it is being done? They leave, you must have studied through stomata, it will take the carbon dioxide from the air, and from the water they will take from the ground, and in their platform of what this carbon dioxide kept, using the sun, it will cut the carbon dioxide. A carbon and oxygen. You know, carbon dioxide, how do we write? CO2. Cut C and O2. This C, carbon, is connected to the H2O, water. H2O and C, H2O. 6CH2O is packed into one packet, which is now called glucose. And that glucose is sent to the processing center of making the fruit. See how fantastically it is being done. Using the sun energy to crack the CO2, and the additional CO2C is connected to water. Then the O2 is waste. So one glucose, you have 6 O2 molecules got it. And this O2, that's a waste byproduct. Throw out to the our surrounding. When you throw out to the surrounding, that is the our lifeline, oxygen. That is what they are all giving. Now, yesterday is the Diwali. The whole India is completely carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide. Whole air is filled up. Within another couple of days, these trees, these plants will completely take away the carbon dioxide, and then they will give the oxygen to us. What great service they are doing. And you should imagine all these each leaves. Sometime I feel when I'm sitting inside the forest, you will see each leaf has some sort of our solar panel, or even much better efficient solar panel, which trap the sun Solar panel will give it as an electricity, but this make it as a package, very soft packaged food, and that food come to our inside it will be made into our food and our energy. I am talking to you because of this, some plants have done. You are listening to me because some other plants have done. This is the wonders of nature. This is the wonder you should feel when you see a plant, when you see a tree, when you see a fruiting plant, when you see a fruit. This is what you should appreciate it. The next one, see, when it's the same evergreen forest, when you go inside, most of the time it's a dark area. Dark area, light will not even come down. But even when the light comes down, there are animals and birds and different kinds of plants living in that ground level, which is also to be understood. This whole thing make an ecosystem. Some cases, any forest area, various types of plants will be there. Some trees are very emergent, very tall, which has a different role. Some trees are at a shrub level, ground level, which has a different role in the ecosystem. Some the trees will be on the medium level. And each bird, each butterfly, each plant, each snake, everything has adapted to some particular location, which we call niche in the case of any forest or any ecosystem. And the niche primarily is created by plants. The nature's fundamental substratum, background, from on which all the animals are distributed. That is the speciality of the plants. Now, what I will do, and in this inside, if it is slightly open, there will be a lot of grasses. All the animals is from elephants to small insect. Everything is set and decided, and they have their own niche to work inside the forest. This is the one actually. This we should understand when we start looking at the wonderful diversity of plants in our country. In India, I told you 18,000 different species, more than 18,000 different species of flowering plants are there. And what I will do today, I'll just very quickly. Today, before we go to your assignments and what exactly you are going to do, I want you to appreciate and enjoy. Today is a Sunday, is holiday. You should enjoy some wonderful looking flowers. Some students said they are interested in flowers. Everybody interested in flowers. Some flowers, some fruits, to understand and appreciate. Then we will come into your exercise. Even when you go to a bark or tree, a very close up, you will see a lot of other wonderful things. Even a dead tree or a fallen tree or even live tree. Sometimes you will have some, there will be some mosses, and when you go closer, there will be some insects, so many things living. Actually, every tree is an ecosystem, and you will have every tree whole is itself is an ecosystem. And everything that you have to understand, only when you go carefully observe all these things, you will understand it. Then now I will just show you some photograph. There is nothing to worry about. You don't to name and all. You don't to by heart or learn or anything. Just appreciate and enjoy. This is a flower. Look at this flower. Syzygium liata. This is some sort of. Just look at the appreciate and the beauty of the flowers. That is the thing. These are all forest flowers. And another one is a tree, Pteria indica. Wonderful color. Just look at it. The next one. See another type of flowers. This is again is a tree. The very just appreciate the corolla and the stamens and what is the kind of what all wonderful colors we have in the nature, the colors. And these are all forest flowers. Please, I'm just showing for you to just to appreciate it, the enjoyment. This impatiens you can see even your gardens, not this impatiens, but similar kind of various impatiens plant. In the many of the even as many places you will see as a on the roadside sort of a weed, not weed actually, it's a native plant. There are so many impatient flower species are there in the natural vegetation across the country. Another species of impatiens. See, look at the kind of beauty and the color and the way in these flowers. There are some another amazingly beautiful flowers are available in the orchids. Orchids, as many of the orchids are epiphytes. Some of them are not epiphytes, but the epiphytic orchids. And epiphyte means something living on the plant, on the trees or something like that. These are orchids. There's some few orchids for your beauty. See this color. Just appreciate, understand it. I don't want you to by heart the names of this thing. Just because this to just trigger your interest in the looking at the nature. Even sometimes when you look at some grass flowers, very small flower, carefully, you will be able to appreciate the beauty. Need not go to the forest and see this kind of flowers. This is any other flowers. See, this is another. This is a very common tree. Everywhere you can. Silver cotton, some sort of this then across the country you can see. All of you can. But look at it very closely. When you look at closely only, you will be able to, from a distance, everything looks okay, some red flowers. It's not that. If you just carefully look at how each of these things, how beautifully nature has created it. Again, erythrina. This is also very common across the country. This is a very, now some few fruits. Simply just look at colors. This is again a fruit, small inflorescence. Actually, it will become a fruit. And where the fruits are coming, the fruits of the jackfruit will come. This is not jackfruit. Jackfruit will come from the trunk, also from the trunk. Some are from the tree. This is again, so some fruit are covered with this kind of hair. Some are very smooth. Some are very glossy. Some are not so glossy. Some are fleshy. So many things. You appreciate that beauty and the color, the understanding of all these things. This is what you call in many places jati or nutmeg. Nutmeg, a varied species of nutmegs are there in the forest. You can see and you can learn about it. You can see about this is a medicinal plant. Many of the plants are medicinal. Medicinal means that in many ways we are healing our some wrong things, something in our body. Such kind of plants are there. And some plants in particularly, there are some interesting things. You know, you must have seen this seed dispersal. Some fruits will have special characters. This is again, this is a Bohemia, this is something Mandara. See, for example, some seeds, this Styrocarpus, that has a wing. This winged seeds can take, because this is the way, this is the only way the plants can travel. Plants, otherwise it is, once it is rooted, it is rooted. Then if you want to go a little far away, it can make some flying seeds, and the seeds can fly through air and reach somewhere far away. Or sometimes they can take the use of the help of the birds or animals to take inside and take the seeds far away. That's the only way the plants can travel between the generation. That is the way, that's the travel of the plants in reality. So there are some wonderful plants, very interesting plants. And this is a one plant which I don't know where any one of you have seen in the Western Ghats. There is this plant, this particular plant. This is called, this plant is the one called Drosera. It's an insect-eating plant, like Nepenthes in the northeast. There are many other, there are many species of plants.
Sir, is it sundew?
Actually, it's not a sundew. It has some in the tip. There is some small fluid is there where some insect come and sit there. It will stick into that, and the whole plant will cover over that, and it will make you juice and extract it. Okay, this is a particular plant called Drosera. This Drosera this is for catching the insect who come and sit on it. Okay. This is there in the Western Ghats. There are so many interesting. These are actually non-vegetarian plants. There are some. These are wonders. There are so many wonders. I'm in a half an hour time or 1 hour time. You can't speak about the wonders of the plant world. There are so much things. Today is only this whole process is only to just to make you wow. Okay, this is something interesting is there. We should look in front of our home. It is you can look in front of your wherever you get. See, next 1 week you are looking around you. But when you get in the weekends or in the vacation time, when you get with your parents or friends or somebody to go to any forest area, you should be able to appreciate that natural thing. One thing which many times I felt very bad. Many of the time, many parents take the children to wonderful natural places. Children, youth, many times, when they go there in the maybe it will be very interesting forest area, they put some sort of a earphone and they will be in their own world. What is the point? That you can do in your home also. When you are going to a natural place, when you are going to a forest area, when you are going to any places, you should appreciate the wonders there. You should be able to your eyes open, ears open, and mind open there. Learn about them. That is the purpose of going to that. So at least this our ambassadors of nature, this next 7 months, all of you, the 16 people who are getting trained, I'm sure when you go to different kind of natural places for your picnic or natural visit or vacation or wherever, you should be a motivation for others to see, wow, there is wonders out there in our surrounding, to learn about it, understand about it. So this is a set of this thing which I wanted to show you, just to give you an understanding about the world of plants. There are so many things, but understanding how to identify a plant, that's a very complicated process. But initially, for you to easy to identify, there are so many of the plants have local name. There will be local people who can identify. They have, at least if you are in Tamil names will be there. Some old people will be able to tell you. If you are in a Hindi land, there will be some. If you ask your grandparents or somebody who is very knowledgeable, he will tell you at least a local name. At least that identifying is first thing. Later on, we can go for the scientific name, learning about it. Most appreciating nature is the first step, and understanding the variation between them. Oh, there is a plant with this round, very wonderful, with a blue color or leaf flower or something. That appreciation, for which, as our director in the inaugural session said, no, he said, you keep a notebook. Now you have, in this next 7 weeks, you have a assignment to be filled. But after that also, you can keep a nature observation notebook. In that, whatever, any day, whatever you see, you keep a note on that. I saw a wonderful thing today. This plant doing this, or this bird doing this, or this butterfly doing this. I saw a plant which is very interesting to me. This is called this kind of a flower. Very interesting. I saw it very. This you keep on writing. For after some time, you will wonder how much nature has taught you. This is the process in which we will learn about it. So now the next part, I will stop sharing. If you have any, we are going to our next assignment part of it. Before that, if any one of you have any couple of doubts, you can ask me. If you have, you can just unmute and just ask me.
Tarun is raising his hand, I think.
Yes, Tarun, just tell me question.
Is it the...
By mistake, I'm sorry.
Please, anybody, if you want to ask any simple, quick question, then we can ask. Then we will go to our assignment part.
Yes, Vaishnavi.
Sir, species like Parthenium are spreading rapidly, sir, or across the country. How do we control them, sir?
That is a question. Okay. That is a real challenge. Actually, Parthenium is a weed. You know why weeds are spreading more? That first you should understand that. Most of the weeds are the plants of from some other places. They are not actually the plants of our land. And they are actually reached here because they have intrinsically, they have a capacity to, they are invasive in nature. They produce so many seeds, and their reproductive potential is very high. Not only that, when they come to a new place, there will not be their natural predators, natural enemies to control them. So naturally they will increase. And now Parthenium, like that, many other invasive species are going everywhere. But I have carefully observed, even if you remove the Parthenium from everywhere, what will happen is, again, anywhere in that particular area, there will be the seeds of that plant will be there in the soil. When it is soil are exposed, again it will come. So the best thing would be to give the natural succession to happen. If a natural plants grows, it will automatically. I have seen we should cut as much as continuously cut, but the natural plants to allow them to grow. By simply uprooting it, it is not going. It will add more and more. Finally, eventually, over a period of time, the seed load of the soil has to come down, for which natural suction has to happen. Local plants have to grow more and more over there. But it will take time. Immediately, there is no easy way to do that. Okay.
So is it better to remove it before it starts flowering?
That is also a good one. But even then, there will be seed load, but it has to be done many times, not immediately. Many times.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Anyone else?
I have a doubt.
Who's this?
Tarun Siddharth.
Anybody?
Tarun Siddharth.
I have a doubt.
Yes, Tarun, yeah.
Please.
people say that if we cut the bark of a tree, we could determine its age by the number of circles inside the bark. Is that true, sir?
It is not bark of the tree. If actually cut the whole tree, then only you will get the rings. Okay, if you cut a tree actually horizontally, then what will happen? That you will see the round there cut surface you get, no? Then you can see the different rings. The rings are during there is a summer, and every year we will have summer and then rainy season, and when the water is very much there, the intake of water and the growth will be different, and then some area you will have very dry period. So that variation of the intake of water movement in the xylem and flow, you must have studied, no? That will create every year's growth. You can identify as a separate ring. So people easily, there are people, that is a way of calculating. That is only after killing the tree, not before that. Okay. Anybody?
Sir, tree. I saw on internet that one bamboo tree will have its atmospheric pressure inside the leaf minus 15 atmosphere, sir.
Krishna Kishore, I don't know. I have to check and tell you at present, because maybe two, may not be. I don't know. I have to check and tell you.
Sir, in such low pressure, sir, even one molecule of air will cause blasting, sir.
I don't know. That's why I said I have to check with. Okay, before the pressure variation. Where did you see it? Maybe you are right. I am not sure.
YouTube, sir, Veritasium. He will teach everything, sir. He will tell that trees from down, from roots to the top of the leaf, where it is minus 15 atmosphere, it will transpire all the water to the top to just leave it into the air, means leave it into atmosphere. From ground, it will do so much heavy work to leave it into air.
No, that's what I said. I have to check whether I will check it and then get back to you. I cannot tell you right away, because that field area understanding for me is not much, but I have to check and tell you. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Maybe Krishna, you can share the YouTube link with sir that you are referring
yes, sir.
to.
Okay. You can, both of our email ID we will give you. If you have any of the doubts, email ID or even phone number also, you can call either Aditi or me, or email your questions. Now the next 6 weeks you are mentors. Any doubts, any of these kind of doubts, which see all the question, the good thing, you have to ask more and more question. You have to try and learn more and more. And whatever question you have, you should not feel shy. You should ask. I am not telling all the questions we have answers. Many of the questions you coming to your mind, there may not be answers itself, because you have to do research and find out. Maybe tomorrow you will become a scientist and find out the answer for that. So nothing for a question should, but keep on asking question and trying to understand, think about that. Okay. Anybody has any question?
No, sir.
Please. Yes, please come. Anybody who has question?
Who has question?
Sir, I have a question.
Tarun.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Sir, when I visited Sakon last year, ma'am showed us a well, sir, where the elephants and the wild animals come to drink.
Tarun, your sound is not clear. It's not clear.
Tarun, please unmute and speak slowly. I think there is some delay in the network from your end.
It's not clear.
Now it is audible, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yeah, so please speak little
Sir,
slowly.
last year when I visited Sakon, there was a well, sir, where the elephants and the wild animals come to drink. What happened to the well after this lockdown?
But animals happily will come and drink water, because without much disturbance they can come and drink water.
Animals are now much more happy with the lockdown, I think. It's us who are having problems. The well is functioning well. We are still adding water to both the wells that we have at Sakon for the elephants. And during the lockdown, we did have elephants as visitors in the campus. So, yeah, elephants are doing fine. Thanks for asking, Tarun.
Okay, shall we now go to our assignment? Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I will share now one sheet. What now? We have some 4-5 activity, six activity for you. 6 activity. Okay. This 6 activity, Aditi madam will share you a word file. That model of the word file I'll show you, but more than that you can keep on adding it. But I will tell you what exactly you will be doing. Okay. I told
you can ask questions now itself when sir is showing you the assignment sheet, so that some of the doubts can be, cleared now itself.
How to put it. Okay. So this. Okay, 1 minute. Share. Yes. The other one. Okay, I'll share. Is it sharing? Can you see?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I have already told you your area. I am what we request you to observe. Limit your observation is something like a 500 meter around your house. Sometimes when you are living in a urban area, this 500 meters may not much will be having, at least, but most of the places at least a garden will be there, some trees will be there. I don't think any place you will have 500 meter around, there is not a single tree, there won't be any places. But some people will have more trees, some people have less trees, doesn't matter. If you have nothing is there, you can slightly increase, but restrict very limited your surrounding, because we want to know what surrounding you are really live and how you are making use of this urban area. Anyway, whether you like it or not, in the whole world 50% of the people are about to almost living in urban area. So the urban area also we should eventually we have to bring more and more nature to it. So when you start observing it, when your parents and other people also observing it, we will understand how very bad or good we are in our keeping our nature in our surrounding area. We should. First assignment for you is make a list of plants including trees, shrubs, herbs in your neighborhood. Attempt at just basically what you just start, come out of your home. If you have a garden, fine. If you are surrounding nature, not on the plants in your pot inside your home. I'm saying outside on soil, whatever the plants are there, you start looking at whichever the most common one, whichever be the most common one. Sometimes you may not know the English name or even scientific name. I don't want the scientific name. If you have, please good and well and put it. Otherwise, you can ask some old people or anybody what is the name of this plant. Sometimes when you ask only, they also will think. That is also good. You can start others also to think. There is no problem. You can ask, and if you know very well, you look at the plan and make a list of your plan in whichever language. If you know English name, very good. The scientific name, if you no need actually. English name, if you want scientific name also, you can put. There is no problem. But at least some name, if you can give. And if you don't know, nobody knows the name, still you can look at, if you liked one plant, nobody knows the name, you can give your own name, but you explain how it looks like, what color is there. And also in the coming, I think you can put some photograph which we can identify and give you later. That's another assignment is coming. For in this, you have to make a list of plants, minimum 10 to 20, the more better. Whatever number you can do, you can do. But you should tell each of these tree plant which you are putting, whether it is a tree, or if it is a tree or a plant, a smaller shrub or a herb. Shrub means a sort of bushes kind of a size, bushes, shrub, and then trees or herb, smaller herbs. If what kind of species is that, what you saw. Another column is there, that when you are observing it, when you are seeing it, whether it has a flower or a fruit or a fresh leaf or a mature leaf or anything. So simply a plant tree, so you don't see a fresh leaf, you don't see a fruit, you don't see a flower. It's a mature leaf, normal mature leaf. Some will be, in some cases, nowadays it is not, but sometimes it will be very completely devoid or without any leaf. That is also you can try completely leaf shed time. If it is some plant, if it like that, or something like that, you should put. So each of the species name, what habit it is, and what is the its phenology. Phenology means its vegetative state. That is, whether it is in the flowering stage or in the fruiting stage. Flowering stage, fruiting stage, reproductive time. Other thing is actually growth time. So you understand that. So that means that also why it is very important is different place of the country. This differ in different. For the same plant will be flowering in somewhere else, fruiting in somewhere else. That is also possible. We will learn it together. So this is something which you have to write. And I'm just putting some 5, 10, 12, 11.
Any questions for this particular question? Any questions from your end?
Okay, we will come back.
Next question.
We can come back also. Okay, this 10 to 20 you can put it. Need not also. If you have only 5 species in your surrounding, that is fine. But 20 I have put the maximum, you can go for it. But you can even 5. Don't worry about even if you don't get 20. Only 5 or 6 if you get it, fine. There is no problem. But your sincere effort is more important. Then the second, we'll come to the second assignment. Second assignment is, now select some of them, the most common one. Okay, look at its leaf carefully. You can take a photograph if you want of using your mobile, or ideally just first bring it to your room and then draw the outline. Draw that leaf neatly in a small way, and that you are drawing, you should take a photograph or scan using your mobile and put in this column, paste here, and then again, just like the earlier thing said, you can put whatever the name you know, the name here, and put this column, that photograph, you can paste it here. And when you went to that tree or plant, what you saw, some 2-3 line you should. It's a big tree. I don't know. You are putting here only one leaf. No, that was a tree of this height. It's a size of the total and the girth. You know, girth means it's a surrounding. You can take a tape and say this much. And the girth
diameter of the girth.
Diameter is,
if it's a tree.
Diameter of the trunk at your breast height, not far away. Breast height. What was the diameter of the tree? What is the height? Whether it is a tree. If it is so this leaf is of a shrub or a herb, and then something is flower was there or something, or it is something. And something interesting. You saw it in near a ditch, or sometime you saw something in front of your garden or something. I saw a bird is coming and sitting and eating something from there. Anything. A small description, not more than 2 or 3 lines. You should write about whatever your observation in this place. So first one is name. Here is a pasting of your drawing, and this is some 2-3 line of your. This is we have put only small. This is a Word file. You can make that area bigger or whatever way you want. As many pages. Now suppose if it is only you have 2-3 things. If you want more row to be added, you can add to that and increase things also. This is the one. Name, observation of the leaf, and your observation about the leaf and surrounding. And also you can say it was a texture is very thin and it was a small one. Maybe you can say your drawing will not give you exact what is the size, length and breadth of the leaf is this much. You saw that, all that you can write here. That is what, not very big essay and 2 or 3 lines, whichever.
Just the name of the tree or plant. I mean, whether it was a tree, herb, or shrub. And if it's a tree, then you can just take the perimeter of the entire girth at the breast height. And of course, if it is in the flowering state or not, you can just say. If it is near a ditch, you can say that. So where you found that tree. So basic information, no essays,
you
just
observe,
points.
whatever
bullet
you
points. Whatever you observe.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is the second assignment. The third assignment is again, I told you about autograph. You understood what is an autograph? Everybody? Did you understand?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
That means you take a white paper, so small paper, put on the bark of the tree, take your a good lead pencil, shade from outside. So the impression inside will come inside in the paper. You understood, no?
Yes, sir.
Everybody has any doubt?
No, sir.
Then you should tell what is the name of that tree, if you know, and you could ask local people what is the name of the tree. Second one, here that again scan and put that here and write a brief thing what you, the Krishna Kishore has gone, he has to admit.
I have to admit, I have admitted him. I think there's some power cut from his end. So he's there.
So now,
Krishna, you have joined? Krishna Kishore?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now,
did you miss out the previous question or is it fine?
No, ma'am. I watched from mobile.
All right.
Okay. Now you understood the third question, the third assignment also, right? So this you don't do more than, which is the most common, 5 common trees, not more than the 5. Okay. 5 is enough. If you want some more, no problem, but 5 is enough. Minimum 5 you should do.
Okay, sir.
A common one. Writing your observation is very important. Why? Any observation about that tree. You saw some particular ants in that. You saw some flower that is anything. You that freedom we are giving to you. What exactly the observation you are giving? You are writing is you are giving to you. The fourth assignment for you is to again select a 10 common plants. Okay. Again, very common in that. Of these 10, you can a little more also you can. There is no need of restrict only to 10, but go and look for the flowers. In these flowers, again, just like that, you can draw, or you can even take a photograph of that flower you are in your mobile, and that you bring that drawing or that things to here and write a in a note where it you have seen and how is it you have seen, what was the color and this and that and all kind of thing. Put the name.
You can either draw or take a photograph of that particular flower and paste it here.
Up to 10 or even a little more doesn't matter. You can add the column or even reduce the column.
Yeah. If it's less than 10, also not an issue. If it's more than 10, you can add.
It's not. This is basically we want you to explore your.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Yes, Arnav.
Sir, how we have to send these assignments?
How to? That we will tell you last. Okay, wait for it.
Sorry, I didn't get the question.
Or how to send that assignments?
How to send the assignments? Oh, so I'll be sending this Word file to all of you. You can fill it through the week, and by Friday you send it back to email. Through email only you can send it back. Okay, you fill it all, then you take your time and then send it by Friday at max Saturday, because Sunday you have to discuss about the assignment.
No, Friday night.
Friday should be the thing. I mean, I should get the assignments by Friday. All right, by email. The email from which I will send the assignment, same email you can reply to us. Okay.
Because we want.
I think I will just add a few more column in the beginning about your name and place, so that I know who has given what assignment. I mean, whose assignment it is. So I'll add one more row to it, just where you can just put your name. Okay. All right.
Because we want it Friday because we want to see it before we come to Sunday. What to next assignment? Who are taken seriously? Who are not taken seriously? We wanted to know. Okay.
So there's one more question. Previous question. Fifth question.
I'm coming. Fifth and sixth. Fifth one is that again we have. I told you, you go around. Take one leaf of different.
Sir, please show the fourth one.
Fourth.
Sir, I didn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fourth is the 10 common plants of which you say take the flower.
The plants, whatever you see, trees, shrubs or plants, whichever are in flower, where you can see the flower, take a photograph of that flower, paste it here, or you can draw and paste, scan and paste it here, and write a brief observation about, about that particular plant from which you have taken that flower.
Okay. Even drawing also do. People who
Yes,
are very good in drawing, you can go for the drawing. Or if you are in easy, people want to escape easy, people can take a photograph and put the things also. Okay. then
Maybe many of you can be. I expect many of you are good artists also. I don't know. Maybe so you can show your skills, and we'll include your drawings, maybe in our newsletters and stuff.
So the next fifth one is I just want you to go around and collect one leaf of each plant. Not more. You don't disturb the plant too much and taking too many leaves. Only one leaf of each different species of plant. Then bring maybe 10 or 20, whatever. Then
Sir,
yes.
in assignment 1, we have to send all the 20 pictures.
You are placing in the all that word file now. That word file you are sending it.
Which question are you asking, Devadrito?
Question number 1.
Question number
1.
Question number 1. I don't think there is any. Sir, can you just move to?
For question number 1, there is no pasting, no photograph, only name. See, this is here.
Question number 2.
Eh?
Question number 2.
No. See, listen to me. First one is only writing. After that, every assignment you have something to paste.
Okay. Question number 2. Sir, show question number 2.
No. 2. This is 2.
No, this is 1. You go to the next. Yeah.
Two.
Here you have to take. Yeah. So you have to take draw structure of leaf. When you draw it in a normal white sheet, draw it and take that photograph and paste. You can't draw in the word file, right? So you have to draw it in a separate sheet and then take a photograph and then paste it here.
Okay. Similarly, all the other columns you have something to paste. Okay. The fifth one, you are taking some 10 or 20, whatever you can possible. I am not 10, 20 I have put it. You don't need to be worried about that number. As many different species of plant, leaf, one you collected. Put on your one platform, whether in a paper or simply on the floor or something.
Simple plain platform on floor or on a dining table or anything.
Arrange it from the smallest size to the largest size in ascending order. Okay. After arranging it, take a photograph of it and paste it here. You can understand.
That's it.
So you will be able to, and you have to
all the leaves will be from different plants, not one plant different size. Okay, because in one plant also you'll find different size of leaves. So don't do that. Take different leaves from different plants and then arrange it in ascending order. Place it on a plain platform. Don't place it on a bed sheet or anything because it doesn't come out. Plain platforms, your floor or dining table or a white sheet. Place it in the ascending order and then take a photograph and paste it here in the fifth question.
The sixth one, again, I want your feedback. Simple thing. How was this experience of running behind the plants? What are your good and bad or whatever your experience? Okay.
And what you learned.
What you have learned. See, we have told you to do this, that, so many things. But in that whole, each of the assignment, I'm sure you will be learning something. You will be learning something differently. Whatever I have to, what is there in my mind when I'm giving you this assignment, we think while you doing this assignment, you will learn something. So sometime I'm sure some children are smart and they will learn much more than what we expect. We want to know what you feel, what you have learned from this by doing this 5 assignment. That is the 6th assignment. You write a one paragraph, small paragraph. How was it? How you enjoyed? What you learned? Just write that.
All this you can type instead of writing, and you can just type the answer here.
Sir, how to arrange in ascending order?
I should have a model.
So you have a photograph?
I don't have it right now. Maybe I should have put something.
See, just whose question was this?
See, imagine here is the smallest one, you put it here, the largest one put it here, and then small. You understood? No, you have a small leaf only this much size here.
Yes, sir.
Then next bigger, it can keep on. The last one will be the largest one.
Otherwise, it can be in 2-3 rows also.
Or you
like
can
small.
Bigger.
Small.
From here it started small, then small, bigger, and from here again the next bigger. You can come. Biggest will become here. So you can take a photograph and put here. That is also possible. 10 here again, 10 here. That is also possible.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Fine. So the last also there is no confusion. Your opinion and your enjoyment, what you have learned. So this is today. In this we are planning. Then the next day, next Sunday, you have to think. The last why this last assignment. You have written 3 lines about how you enjoyed, what you have learned. That you have to speak in 1 minute. What you learned and what you have enjoyed in 1 minute. Maximum 1.5 minutes. Okay.
Parthivan, your mic is unmute. I think we can hear something. Yeah.
Okay. So now what you have to do, this 6th question is a very important, because next Sunday, each one of you have to speak about this, what you are writing 3 lines in 1 minute. All right. Just what you enjoyed, how you enjoyed, what you are. This 6th question is to help you to speak in 1 minute next week Sunday. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
You have learned something about plants today?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Are you excited to go your plants now?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Sir, when will you send that assignment sheet, sir?
Today.
Soon after this meeting gets over, I will share it in the group.
Sir, please send it as soon as you finish it, because I have time today.
Who is this?
Sure. Today I will send it. I'll send it in another half an hour or so.
Yes.
So as soon as this gets over, I'll share the assignment.
Yes. Thank you.
I'll share the worksheet, and you people can type in this directly. And wherever you have to, don't write anything, just type and then just paste whatever is required to be pasted. Okay.
So fine. All of you are now ready on your march?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Any questions?
Anybody?
Navya, you will be fine with it, with your limited surroundings?
Yes, ma'am, definitely.
Sure.
Not asked more, no. We are not asked more. Even if it is limited, no problem.
Yeah.
Okay. How you put is more important.
Yeah, the output will be more interesting and more important.
And also learning from others each day. Okay.
Pranavi Sarvanan is sending some chat here. Pranavi, we'll chat on WhatsApp.
Ma'am.
Yeah. Who's this?
Can I post my queries in the group?
Yes, very much.
In WhatsApp group you can. Not here. This meeting will end.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. And in WhatsApp group, both Dr. Pramod and I are there, and all of you are there. So we can respond there.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
So all of you are now this is about plants. Now every week, next week about birds, next week about butterflies, and each thing we will coming up. Okay. It will be a learning process. That's what we want. Eventually, you should become our ambassadors. Our ambassador means nature's ambassador, not Sakon's alone. But also we are all going to be friends and learning together, right? So now we will see next Sunday. So Aditi.
Yes. So see you all next Sunday with your outputs, and we'll share some more interesting stuff about.
Don't forget Friday evening. Okay.
Friday evening, please submit the assignments. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And Sunday we'll meet you all again with wonders of the lives of the birds. So
Yes.
I'm sure many of you will be finding it very interesting. We'll have Dr. Jayapal, who is an ornithologist of our institute, with us, and he'll give you the technical session, and as usual, Dr. Pramod will share the field assignment session with you all. Okay? So I'm just ending the meeting here. See you all. Bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.